everybody, Mike Pfeiffer with Pfeiffer Hobby Supply again, and today we're gonna do update 105. It's hard for me to believe we got that far, but nevertheless, the further I go here at this stage of the game on the layout, the less it looks like I've done anything, but it's little tiny things along the way. So with that being said, let's get after it. Okay, the first thing we're going to take a look at is Miss Molly's Diner. When Woodland came out with this here recently, I just liked it a lot. It was kind of small. I had a choice of two places. One of them was here. Another one was over here on the other side where the road comes into the city. It looked a little cramped over there, and I wanted to get something on the outside of the road over here. So there it is. I built a little, they built up the dirt out there so they could put the diner there and have a few places to park there along the road and catch some tourists along the way. Let me back up here so you can get a big picture of everything. Well, the other backup. You'd think I'd learn this camera after about 5 or 6 years. So now you can see where she sits. I'm going to take you off the stand here and try and get you a picture through the window of what the opposite side there looks like. Okay, here's a shot of the back side. I'm kind of having to hold the camera right up against the glass here. I'm still getting a little bit of glare. But now you can see the back side of it. I haven't put any dirt and grass in there yet, but I think it looks pretty good. And while we're here, we have a train coming by. But we won't stay here and dwell on that. Let me show you what else I've been doing. Okay, so while we're out here in the garage, I'll show you. I got a lot of glare, but you can see that I finished the inside of the window out here in the garage. Ooh, a lot of glare. Let me see if I can get down a little bit, but you can kind of see how that turned out. I think it looks good. When the train goes around the reversing loop there, somebody will be able to see it if they're standing out here. But that's all finished up. The glass is back on, and I'm going to take you back inside. We'll keep on going. By the way, when we get back inside, I'm sorry for the air conditioner noise. It's just really hot here today. It's about 50% humidity, and it's about it's going to approach 100 degrees. I don't know what it is right now, but the room was hot inside, so you're just going to have to put up with the air conditioner in there today. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, as I said, we got the air conditioner going, but hopefully you can hear me. I know that you didn't notice it right away, I'm sure, or maybe I didn't show enough of it. I've got all the fascia painted. I have the holes filled that were over there where I had the bill box. I had all the bill boxes on here that I took off. There was lines there, sanded those all off. I had, let me slowly come back here. I had this Santa Fe medallion over here somewhere, and I filled that all and sanded that all off. Anyway, repainted the whole fascia. Got all those damaged spots redone and repainted the entire fascia. Now it all looks cohesive again. So as I back up and get away from it, we'll take, oops, there's my tripod. But we'll take a look at what else is going on. Okay, now we're down here really close to the air conditioner, but anyway, you can see that I put a flagpole up there with a light on it at the engine shop. I thought every self-respecting engine shop should probably have a flag. So there it is. Now I'm going to swing over to the desert. Okay, here at the desert scene, you can see that I took some of the Kato ballast and I put it in here and up over this little hill and down to the little shed here, little Santa Fe shed and the speeder shed, so they had access to it. You can also see the bulldozer, the front end loader, and way down there the guy on the grader. They're all working on this road right now. This road is a brand new road. They used to have an old road that got washed out, so they're putting in new ballast and a new road. Now, as far as I go, I'm going to mix up some more ground colored paint that kind of loosely is the same color as this ground color here, and I will be staining that ballast over to these two little buildings. I have not gotten that far yet, but that is the game plan. Now if I swing the camera over here a little bit, you can see that I put another little crummy halfway graveled road out to the stock pen. We needed that there simply because the cowboys are still using the cattle pen. So when I make the stain for the road over here, you also use that stain over on this little road here to try and blend them into the scenery a little bit. Pardon me. And as you can see, I have not done the lines on the road or weathered the road yet. But anyway, here lately, as far as sanding and painting and getting the track cleaned back up and everything, that's about all I have done, I believe. Unless I think it's... Oh, I did clean up when I repainted. I repainted the bottoms of these shelves because I had the controller for the turntable over here, and I had hot glued it down, and so it kind of pulled up some of the paint. So all that's been sanded. I tried to clean up some of the junk under here, and while I was walking down this way, I thought of one other thing here that I did. Okay, I know that finding these things is like finding hen's teeth, but I have managed to keep this all this time. I've had it for years and years and years. Have people calling me all the time for Offboard Sound, and these were the ideal thing. They weren't that expensive, and they were pretty decent. I don't know if you can hear the chuffing in the background, but hang on, I only got one hand. Let me turn it up for you. I think even over the air conditioner you can hear it now. And let me... These things had all kinds of little features. They have horn. Different horns. And I think I'll stick with that one. They had a pump sound, mainly for steam locomotives, but you can, and they got a fan sound, which I can't hear too much. I don't hear it at all, actually, but my ears aren't that good. It has a whistle if you're on steam, and different whistles. It has coupling and uncoupling sound. I'm going to try and hold you where you can hear it here. Conductor. Air release. You can speed up the diesel sound to match whatever's running around. Anyway, and so forth. You got a crossing gate, bell. There's rail clack, dynamic brake, diesel or steam mode. Anyway, I got that hooked up, and I'll tell you a story about it here in a minute. Okay, the story on this thing was that when I tore out the old layout, I left it hanging on the benchwork under here, and apparently when I took everything out, I must have taken the transformer off of it and put it in a box. So I got a box of about a bazillion little wall wart transformers because I use them for all kinds of things. But anyway, I searched through there and found the transformer for it. Then I realized I had also removed the speaker. So now everything's hooked back up, and this little jewel is ready to be used by anybody who comes in here. Kind of cool. It's kind of handy, and it's just a good little device to have on the layout. By the way, this here is my surround tracks by Soundtracks. It also makes sound if I turn it up. It's not making any sound right now because I don't have the locomotive, one of the locomotives that's in there selected. But anyway, it works pretty well. I just don't mess with it enough to really get the hang of it. But that's what that is. Okay, just as I got done, the air conditioner shut off. It was up to temperature. Anyway, I just finished building this little GT40 kit. It's a Fujimi kit. Well, it's a Revell kit, but it's a copy of the Fujimi kit. I liked the way it turned out. I thought it turned out real well. It had some etched metal detail parts on it, and I like it. Now let's just take a look at the train going around. I decided to run some of the F units. Haven't had them out for a little while. Got a little squeak there. I don't know if you could hear it, but it's what that is. It sounds like locomotives binding, but I know that I have lubricated all those locomotives, and I also know that it's the pad on the bottom of that little track cleaning car. Once it gets so much stuff on it, it tends to kind of skip along and squeak a little bit. We'll go with a little drone action here. And that's about it for today, gang. Okay, everybody, that's it for this update. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, sorry for the air conditioner noise, but it's just too darn hot to be out here without it on. I have it on the lowest setting, but we're just going to have to make do. So, that being said, thanks for watching.